So, a Columbus Police deputy chief has filed paperwork asking for our city's public safety department, the Civil Service Commission, to review the hiring of the new incoming city's first ever of its kind assistant police chief, who is named Lashana Potts. That's a tongue. So, so y'all, apparently some deputy chiefs are pissed off and mad because they're saying the game and the process of how the assistant chief was rigged. Well, it really wasn't rigged. The system has always worked this way, and they're mad because their game finally has recognized game and the tables have been turned. So, the deputy police chief within the division of police here in Columbus has filed paperwork asking for the city's Civil Service Commission to review the hiring of our city's first ever assistant police chief, Lashana Potts, who was a captain in Detroit, Michigan, with the Detroit Metro Police Department, where our incoming police chief, is coming from Elaine Bryant. The two of them were colleagues, actually. And what Deputy Chief Ken Kubler is saying in his formal paperwork that he filed on yesterday, on Tuesday, June 15th, 2021, is that he would like for this whole entire process to be fair to all applicants. But what's funny is when they're promoting the white male from within up, and even the white female from within up, based not off of their qualifications, but they're promoting them up just by the color of their skin and because of who they know and the hierarchy structure. They don't complain. But the moment a black female gets named into a leadership position, they do complain. But not only that, two black females. I think that's what the real problem is. But I don't think they listened to Daryl Andy when Andy said that the new incoming police chief, whoever he chose, would be able to bring a staff and a cabinet with her. And her first selection, Chief Elaine Bryant, was now Assistant Chief Lashana Potts, who, as I just stated, was a captain in the Detroit Metro PD. And so Lashana, or Chief Potts, rather, was hired to be the chief on June 7th. But according to the Ohio Revised Code, and the Ohio Revised Code, it sets a standard and it sets precedents for how these jobs are supposed to be posted and who's supposed to get hired and how the process is supposed to go. But there's always room for maneuver. So, according to the Ohio Revised Code, ORC, as is often referred to, it sets the standard for how civil service operates, not just across Columbus, but across the whole entire state of Ohio. And so the commission is required to review the list of applicants for any positions, including this position, newly created position, the assistant chief police. And so what they do is they create an eligibility list based on job requirements of those who have applied. And then they give that list to the hiring person or the agency who is considering those lists of candidates for hiring. So to date, no list has been created and Potts was hired outside of the civil service process. That's what the dispatch is reporting. But here on the UnBought and UnBossed show and at the UnBossed network, I'm pulling up right now through working numerous of our sources, we were able to track down the list of applicants who applied for the assistant police chief job. And it was Deputy Chief Ken Kebler, now incoming Assistant Police Chief Lashana Potts, Demarius Medina Cortez, Tyrell McCoy, Catherine Hartsburn, Chris Lee, George Austin, current CPD Deputy Police Chief Tim Becker, Clyburn Holly, Smith, Commander Ware, Commander Smith Ware, who is a commander right now for Zone 5, I believe, which is the zone that operates and occupies downtown. Wendy Stiver, Brian Capsar, Donald Pizzetto, David Hughes, Kelly Weiner, Lieutenant Melissa McFadden even applied for the job, and y'all's girl, Deputy Chief, current Columbus Police Deputy Chief Jennifer Knight. So, what I need you to understand, everybody, is that there were 16 candidates, 2 deputy police chiefs, 1 lieutenant, and 1 commander, all from within CPD who applied for this position. So, the assistant police chief position, it was created back in February, just to let you all know. And it was created in February during a special meeting with the city civil service commission, following an expedited process that began in late December 2020, so last year, according to the records we have attained. But not only that, the job opening for the assistant police chief became active on the city's website on June 7th, and it did remain open for until the 11th. So, once again, it was a fair and open process from what it seems to be. It was open for 5 days, or numerous of, or an accumulation of a little over 100 plus hours. But what the dispatch is reporting at this hour on this evening is that Doug Sarv, the human resource director for the City Department of Public Safety, sent Potts an email at 2:46 p.m. on June 7th with her offer letter attached. And we have provided that offer letter on our social media. And so emails from Sarf were sent as early as 10:30 a.m. on June 7th to Mount Carmel Occupational Health to coordinate the physical exams for both Assistant Chief Potts and Chief Bryant. So, what is happening here is Deputy Chief Ken Kebler is saying that the fix was already in. They knew that they were bringing in Chief Lashana Potts before they ever posted the job, but they had to post the job and leave it open because that's what the law, the Ohio Revised Code, states they need to do for a fair and open process. And that's why he's saying that this process really wasn't fair and open. But it really was. But it's also, I need you all to keep in mind, the reason why they sent emails out at the 10:30 hour to Mount Carmel Occupational Health is because physical exams are a standard operational hiring procedure for the city of Columbus, as well as psychological exams and background checks and drug screenings when it comes to being a police officer who is supposed to protect and service. And most of them do, but some of them don't. So I'm just saying. So Potts' application for the assistant chief of police is time-stamped in records, saying that it was received at 3:03 p.m. on June 7th. So I'm trying to be fair to the current deputy chief, Kebler. I'm trying to be fair. So let's line this up. And since I'm trying to be fair, the job was posted on the city's website on June 7th. The job was posted at, follow me, everybody. The job became active at around, let's say, 9 a.m. By 2:46, they had sent her a job offer. By 3:03, she had completed her application. But by 10:30 a.m., they had already sent notice over to Mount Carmel Health stating that both Potts and Bryant would need physical exams. So what Kepler is stating here is that the fix was in and that they got beat at their own game, the game they've been playing for many, many years, and now they don't like it when they get beat at their own game. So Kepler, I don't know what to tell you other than there are multiple other assistant chiefs positions that can be filled, and it would be wise for you to tone it down. But I should also state that for the record, this whole assistant chiefs position was developed in the fall of last year by former police chief Tom Quinlan, who's now a deputy chief, who went back to his role as deputy chief in February, as we reported first here on the UnBossed Network. And so, as a result of that position being created at around that time, Andy, the mayor, said the position was something that really came about when they did their first national police chief search back in 2019. When he was speaking with external candidates, they said they wanted to bring, if they were ever going to bring about change and reform, which we so desperately need here within CPD, that they wanted to bring their own personnel with them if they came to Columbus and if they were ultimately hired. And so they began to create this position. But this position, the creation of it, it was sped up when Officer Adam Coy lynched our dear brother Andre Hill, who was unarmed at the time, just days before Christmas. And so shortly after that, just literally almost 8 to 9 weeks to the day, Quinlan was fired from the position of police chief and demoted back down to deputy police chief. So I know it's a whirlwind of stuff going on, but that's it. They finally got beat at their own game, and because they got beat at their own game, these deputy chiefs are pissed. They're pissed. But she is going to have multiple assistant chiefs. She could have up to 4. So calm down. It's not the end of the world. You still could be an assistant chief. But you also need to understand that kind of the reason why was brought in, and not only the reason why Chief Elaine Bryant was brought in was to bring about reform, but she doesn't know anybody here. And so if she's really going to bring about true reform, she needs to bring some people that she can trust until she starts to build rapport and trust with all of the officers here on the streets of Columbus. Because keep in mind, in less than 6 months, Columbus killed 3 black people. 3. The Division of Columbus Police killed 3 black folks. So I love what she's doing. All I'm saying is we're going to need to rally around Chief Bryant here and Chief Potts as well in Black Columbus, because they're going to come for her. And this whole first year is not going to be easy. Watch this space.
Welcome to Cardwell Mobile Notary Service. I'm Leandra Cardwell. I run a full-service mobile notary company. We specialize in apostille, loan closings, structured settlements, and more. Wherever you are, I'll be there. Even in your home, I'll be there. At the hospital, I'll be there. Nursing homes, I'll be there. At the library, I'll be there. Coffee shops, you pick, and I'll be there. And yes, even remotely too, I'll be there. To submit a request on our website, don't forget to locate us on Facebook and give us a call at 614-999-0149, and I'll be there.